So here I am at Camelback Mountain in Scottsdale, Arizona, and this is supposed to be a pretty intense hike. I'm here by myself, and there's two sides. There's the Cholla side and Echo Canyon, and I actually found out the parking lot here on the Echo Canyon side is quite empty, as you can see. That's perfect. Usually it's really hard to park here. There's a waiting line, and I thought I was going to have to ride the bus here, so I just took a chance. I was going to end up at going on the Cholla side today, but since the Echo Canyon parking lot is open, that's what we're going to take. So I'm all set. I got my backpack and my hiking poles, and I'm ready to go up that mountain. Should be about a 3-hour hike. Alright, made it to the Echo Canyon trailhead, and as you can see, it's pretty casual beginning. Let's see how things go from here. So the starting time is 9:42. I set the stopwatch as well so I can keep track of how long this hike takes to the top on the Echo Canyon side. I'm going to take a short break here. You can see shade is kind of a commodity in this area. Yeah. Looks like a little glimpse of Phoenix out in the distance there. Okay, here's the trail mark sign. It says, trail so far was moderate, trail from here extremely difficult, double diamond. Remaining 3/4 of a mile to go, and to climb over 1,000 feet in elevation. Okay, that was the first set of steps. I don't know if the camera can do it justice. I'll hold it level. It's not even level yet. It's almost straight up. I thought I was not going to hold on to the handrail, but at the end I decided to go for the handrail. It was quite intense. I don't know what my heart rate is, but this is a workout. Alright, phase 2. Trail continues. Looks like there's another rock wall up there going in. Made it to the half-mile mark, so that means almost halfway. Alright, so I found a little piece of shade, and I'm going to take advantage of it. It's a small piece right along the edge of the rock, but it's better than no shade at all. I'm about halfway up the next rock wall. This one is definitely quad hopping. I'm on all fours. I don't know if you can tell how steep it is, but it's mighty steep. Alright, something I noticed hiking up here is you kind of get in the zone and you get on a trail and keep on walking, and all of a sudden you come to something like this and realize that's not the trail anymore. And you look around and there's a trail sign up there. Now it got kind of flat. I thought the steep part was over, and I realized there's a whole nother mountain to go. I need to get up to the top of that. I'm sure you can't even see that red dot of a person up near the top, but that's where I'm headed. But I take a picture for you, Elena. This is the actual trail. So you're leaning sideways, holding onto the rocks, and it can't be but 2 feet wide. And it's steep all the way down. You can see the trail post up there. There's the 3/4 of a mile post. And we're at the base of the mountain. So I feel I'm in pretty good shape. I don't know what my heart rate is right now, but I got a pretty good thump going, so I had to sit down and take a break. Between the elevation, we're getting close up to 3,000 feet, and the heat, and the fact that it's almost straight up, I don't think the picture is even going to do it justice. Taking a little break. So I'm getting pretty close to the summit now. Don't know what's going to be up there. In the background behind me, I've just been quad hopping the whole way town looks like little white dots on the screen. It got so steep I had to get rid of the poles. Just going on literally my hands and feet, crawling because it's so steep, and there's actually no trail. The whole width of this area is considered the trail. So just pick your best route. I think that's Phoenix, probably. Yeah, that's got to be Phoenix on that side. Don't know what mountain that is, but that means I think to the other side would be Scottsdale. So we'll see when we get up to the top. There's a nice cool breeze blowing up the side of the mountain. Feels real good. I know that cooling comes at the cost of losing body moisture, but still I think I'll stand here in the sun and cool down a little bit with my own sweat. Okay, hour and 21 minutes later, I'm at the top. That would be Scottsdale, because it's got some pretty mountains. And I don't know if this camera pans very well. Over there is the Cholla Trail. I might actually go down and see if I can do the Cholla Trail too and come to the same spot. And we're panning around the whole view of this little mountaintop. Top of Camelback Mountain in Scottsdale, and that would be Phoenix over there. That's it, folks. Here I am to tell the tale. Top of Camelback Mountain, Scottsdale, Arizona. I think we're going to have a little change of plans. Since that's the Cholla Trail there, and I was thinking about hiking that one, I think I'm actually going to hike from this peak, go down to the bottom of the Cholla Trail, back up to this peak, and then back down to the car. And I have to do this and make sure I can meet Elena by 5 o'clock at work. So I better get hiking. I got some food and a pretty good amount of water, so I think I'm going to be okay. So I'm just leaving the peak, and this is the Cholla Trail going down. That's pretty rocky for a ways. So this is the Cholla Trail, and it truly is not a trail. It's just a cliff, and you have to rock hop hand over foot over this, whatever you call it. It ain't a trail though. It's pretty intense. We're going for it now. I had to stop and take a picture of this, take a little movie. There's a cliff on that side. There's a cliff on that side, and that's actually the trail. I know it doesn't look like much of a trail, but this Cholla Trail is some crazy stuff. They weren't kidding about technical at the end. I'm going to keep going down. So as you can see, the Cholla Trail has actually mellowed out a little bit. There's some sections here with pieces of dirt, and then you climb some rocks, and then another section of dirt. So it's definitely not as hard as the other side for cardio wise, but up at the top the technical is crazy. Okay, I just met a hiker, a young girl with one bottle of water. Said this is her 5th trip from end to end today. So she actually passed me twice, and I'm going to try and do this whole thing from Echo to Hoya and back one time today, and that will be a big day for me. I don't know how my voice is doing over the wind, so I'll try and talk close to the camera. I made it over the edge. The technical stuff looks over on the Cholla Trail, and I'm not even sure what city this is, maybe something like Scottsdale or suburbs. And lots of golf courses. It's real green. This side of the mountain, I was talking to a ranger before I left, and he said that there's really no shade on this side, and I can just feel the heat emanating off the rocks, like hot rocks in a sauna. Today's due for 107 and it's afternoon, so I think we're coming close to that temperature, and I'm just dripping sweat. It's really hot. Okay, I made it halfway. I'm now down at the bottom of the Cholla Trail. It's not really a trailhead here, it's just the beginning of the trail. Seems to be no water, no bathrooms, nothing. Don't know how much water I got, but I'm going to have to work my way back over. Okay, I'm back at the trailhead. I realized I was almost completely out of water, and I saw a garden hose faucet on that house, so I just went and stole some water. So at least I won't dehydrate on the way back. Need to take a break for a little while and then start the trek. Okay, so I just had a lunch break. The sun is about straight overhead, so shade is really hard to find, and I found this little spot where there's a tree on the side of the road. So I had a banana and a bag of trail mix and a bottle of Gatorade, and let that settle in, and then I'll be ready to head back up that mountain again. Okay, now I'm on my way back up the Cholla trail. As you can see, there's some steps coming up. It took an hour and 5 minutes to get down the Cholla trail, and had to reapply my sunscreen. It definitely was failing me. I can feel the sun taking its toll on my forearms. I went to wipe the salt out of my eyes and realized that my deodorant did not fail me. So I'm going to have to buy stock in whatever brand that is. I'll figure it out when I get home. So here I am back up at the summit for the second time. It's been quite a hike. It took an hour and 45 minutes to get up here on this run. Started to get some leg cramps. It's well over 100 degrees. I think we're 107 or something, and there's almost no shade at all. So taking it easy, crawling behind little rocks and bushes when I can find them for some shade. And all I have to do is go down there, down the Echo side, and it'll be all set. Okay, so I made it back down the mountain, and honestly I was too tired to even take the camera out. My feet hurt, I was dehydrated, I ran out of water. I stuck my head in the sink at the shower at the bathroom at the station at the bottom at the ranger station, and here to tell the tale. It was a long hike. My feet are tired. I just went to McDonald's and had a large milkshake to try and lower my core temperature, and now I'm going to go get Elena from work, and we'll check back. Okay, so I'm back at the hotel, and got some statistics. From the bottom of the Echo Canyon side to the summit was an hour and 21 minutes. To get down the Cholla side to the bottom at the trailhead was an hour and 5 minutes. To go from Cholla back up to the summit, due to the heat, leg cramps, etc., it took me an hour and 45 minutes to get to the summit again, and then another hour and 20 minutes to get down the Echo Canyon side. So we've got an hour and 21 to get up, an hour and 20 to get down. So Echo Canyon seems to be about that hour and 20 minutes. And that was a pretty casual pace. And I had 2 hiking poles, which I found to be pretty beneficial for probably half the trail. As soon as it got steep, they had to go. I just put them in the backpack. But there were some points where my knees were getting tired, and it was nice to be able to pull out the poles, especially on the lower part of Cholla. Because it's pretty flat and it's just a lot of rock hopping. When they say flat, it doesn't mean trail. It means rock hopping at not a steep elevation. So 5 hours and 31 minutes end to end till I was back at the car. So that was my adventure, and as you can see, I'm wearing my Grand Canyon shirt. I had hiked the Grand Canyon a few years ago with my wife Elena, and that took 8 hours, and it was actually a 16-mile hike. I met a hiker on the trail here that said the hike I did today, which was really rock climbing for 5 hours and 31 minutes, was only 5.2 miles. So it just goes to show it depends on the type of trail. On the Grand Canyon, that trail was actually a donkey trail, so it was quite wide and not real technical. It was just a lot of elevation change and a lot of walking. It was 16 miles. So that's it for my review on Camelback Mountain in Scottsdale, Arizona.